This is a Solidworks creation, the K-Math V6 and F1 car from Group T1G. A complex mechanical machine and includes several systems: a wheel axle brake system, suspension, steering, an engine motor system, a drivetrain system, as well as a host of subsystems. Next, each system will be explained in further detail.
Here lies the true masterpiece of the K-Math V6 F1 car. Firstly, the valve cover is essentially a cap for the motor. Then the rocker arms attached to the head are pushed against the camshaft, which creates the motion of the valves. Then we can see the turbos, which spin, creating a vacuum that delivers air through the air filters to the intake point. Next, there is the engine block that contains cylinders where the pistons sit and oscillate. All 6 pistons are attached to the crankshaft with rod caps. The crankshaft then holds the pistons at different positions, creating the firing order of a V6. Lastly, the oil pan, which uses a sump to deliver oil to the top of the cylinder to lubricate all the moving parts. Here lies the heart of the motor. In the exploded view of the piston, it can be seen that the piston consists of a rod cap, a connecting rod, a piston head which has slots for piston rings, and the pin. In this video we have the entire drivetrain, which through the drive shaft takes the power from the motor, gives it to the axles, and drives the wheels. There is the exploded view of the differential, and what holds it all together are the unicentric elements.
This part of the video shows the steering system of our F1 car. This video shows how the rotational motion from the hand of the driver can be converted into linear motion as it reaches the rack and pinion. From the rack and pinion, the 2 sway bars attached on each end connect to the tires, which then turn the wheels.
This video we have the steering wheel for the F1 car, which attaches to the steering column, which drives the rack and pinion and turns the tires. There we have the green switch for on and off, the plus, minus, N and R are for gears, the lights on the top are shifter warnings, and the screen tells us our speed, RPM, lap number, and position.
Here's the overview of the bare frame with no shock absorber in between the control arms. You can see how the suspension moves is through the linkages attached to the frame there. The control arms provide support for the entire frame and also attach it to the wheels. They also create rigidity for the frame and keep it planted to the ground.
Here we have the shock, or in our case a coilover. This attaches to the control arms in the front and rear to give it a point of contact between the frame and the control arm. This video shows the oscillation of the shock. It has a high spring rate to keep it rigid to reduce body roll and sway. Next we have the exploded view of the suspension components with the control arms. In the purple are the sway bars, as well as seen with the caliper brake attached to the wheel and the reassembly, and this is how the frame is connected to the ground. Here's the video of the entire brake system, which through the caliper uses pistons to push against the brake pad, against the rotor, and slow the car. In this video we have the pedal assembly with 2 master cylinders attached to the pedals. The master cylinders push fluid towards the braking system to slow the car, and here's the exploded view of the pistons and the reassembly.